What's up everyone on the internet? Thank you for making this video part today. I'm so excited to upload this one for you guys because for this video we are diving back into the Sword Art Online franchise with its first spinoff, GGO, also known as Gale Online. With SAO Alicization all wrapped up and with SAO Progressive around the corner, there's still a part of me that misses some of that Sword Art Online magic. Well, I guess Gale Online will have to do for now. Anyway, GGO was released back in 2018 and is meant to be a spin-off of the futuristic sci-fi shooter game that Kaito dived into during Season 2 of Sword Art Online. And seeing that this is a spin-off series, we get a whole new set of characters that really do emphasize girl power because the main character is this little pink girl called Len, who really is the quickest gun in the West. Well, actually her real name is Karen, and in reality she's this very tall girl, and throughout her whole life she's always felt uncomfortable about her height and has always wanted to know what it felt like just to be a small girl for once. And through some trial and error by going through a lot of virtual reality games, she finally finds one where she can be a little girl. Except the game that she chose just so happens to be the most violent game on the market where practically everyone wants to shoot you. Well, that doesn't scare Karen, who then later on names her character Len before dressing herself in all out pink and then buys a pink machine gun who she calls Peach on, and then from there on out, she just starts shooting up players. And while this anime does focus on Len adjusting to this new world, the story, however, decides to throw Len off into the deep end where she has to participate in 2 Battle Royale tournaments. Honestly, if you like the Gale Online arc that we got in Season 2 of Sword Art Online, you're probably going to want to check out this series. With only 12 episodes, we get to watch 2 tournament arcs as we get to see Len go up against several scary players because in the first tournament, she has to go up against these 7-foot tall Amazon women carrying a lot of big machine guns, and the second tournament, she has to go up against this one girl who can practically take out a whole squad on her own. And let me tell you, this show has its Darth Vader Rogue One moment where this one crazy chick just cuts down everyone in her path, and it's pretty much a horror show. As I mentioned earlier, this spin-off series is only 12 episodes long, which means that it's really easy to binge through, and as far as plot goes, it's actually a complete story. Most of the time with these 12 episode series, we kind of get an open ending where it's sort of implied that there may be a follow-up season. That is if the studio decides to greenlight it, but if it doesn't, well, at least we get a satisfying ending. However, when you watch Gale Online from beginning to end, you can see that there was a clear story that the showrunners wanted to tell, and by the time you reach the end, you can tell that this was the definitive ending for the series. And honestly, I'm okay that this is a one-off story because at the time that this anime came out back in 2018, it was meant to be a Sword Art Online appetizer where the main course was Sword Art Online Alicization, which would then be released a few months later. But seeing that it's been 3 years since this anime came out, I think we're due for another spin-off series, and I think that's what Sword Art Online Progressive is meant to be, because looking at the show, it looks like it's going to be a retelling of the first season of SAO, but told from a different perspective. And honestly, I'm okay with spin-off series being our appetizers before we move on to the main course. I mean, if you want Sword Art Online to still be in the public eye, you're kind of going to need to have a pattern of what content is going to be released in the coming years. I can totally see it now. We focus on Sword Art Online Progressive, which is meant to be our next spin-off. And once that's done, we move on to our more mainstream SAO series. And once that's done, we go back to a spin-off and then so on and so forth. I really love SAO, and honestly, in my opinion, you can never have too much Sword Art Online. Anyway, to sum it all up, if you're looking for an SAO related show to binge through while you wait for SAO Progressive, or if you like the GGO arc that we got in Season 2 of Sword Art Online, then you should definitely give Gale Online a shot. Also, if you want to watch a show where you get to see a strong little girl overcome extreme obstacles in order to become the #1 player in practically one of the most violent video games, you should definitely check out this series. And like I said, it's only 12 episodes, which means that it's really easy to binge through. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys. That was my overall view for Gale Online. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button so you can get the latest updates from this channel. I'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye-bye.